So what is the impact of shale gas to your LNG sales?
I think, to be honest with you, it's very difficult to predict what's the impact of shale gas at this stage. Still, people predict that shale gas will impact LNG supply, especially to the United States, where we're going to have most of our supplies from the recent trains going to. But what I'd like to tell people, the good news about our current agreements and SPA is that we have the chance to be able to divert volumes into different markets as it requires and where the market needs us the most. And with the recent demand worldwide from China, from India, and even the Middle East, it's a huge demand for the Middle East at the same time. And very soon there is something very interesting is talking about people who they used to be an exporter, now they want to be an importer of LNG. And that even created more demand. So for us, shale gas is actually helped us to create a new market for the future and penetrate new countries.
Well, that's good news. Okay, and what do you think has made you a successful LNG marketer?
I think the success doesn't come because of myself or personality. I think the clear guidelines from the state of Qatar, the minister, our CEOs, it's the most important part. The decision making, the focus, the vision. It makes most of the people very successful because of their guidance. And if it was not for them telling us and guiding us through it and give us the empowerment, we will not be very successful in marketing all of our LNG. So the support from the minister himself, and he knows the business, and also our CEOs, that's what made us successful. So the credit goes for a team effort by everybody.
Okay, and what about going downstream and investing into the markets?
I think downstream is something we have, this is a QP entity, we have a QPI, and QPI, they look at downstream, and they have been working very hard on downstream investment. That's another arm, and the state of Qatar are really active, especially QP and QPI, in trying to find different investment opportunities within the rest of the world, and they're working very hard on that, and you'll hear news in the near future about their activities.
Well, that's great, thank you. And now obviously you spoke at the EAGC this morning, and how do you feel that EAGC keeps people ahead of the curve?
I think this event is so important because we need to people in Europe realize that there is the rest of the world, there is more demand, and it helps to pass that message through. And what does it take to actually bring LNG into Europe and trying to attract it, where a lot of projects are having a challenged FID in Australia or other parts of the world. Even with Asia prices, they're still struggling to kick off those projects. And I think Europe needs to understand it cannot be subsidized, gas prices forever. It's not sustainable. And that's where we use this event to keep everybody alert and ahead of the game.
That's great, and I understand you've had a paper accepted for gas tech taking place in Amsterdam next year. Could you tell us a bit about that?
I need to check. I think the topic for the gas tech at that time, I need to check basically the topic again, trying to pass the message to everybody that Qatargas is the most reliable supplier and the supplier of choice. We'll continue to pass the message to everybody that there is a huge demand. It's not like everybody's thinking, well, there's going to be surplus. And the question, like I told everybody, can you imagine if there was no Qatari supply yet? And, if Qatar decide not to produce and expand so fast, what will happen to the gas market and LNG specifically? So this message will continue to educate people and make them aware of what does it take to bring the gas to their market.
Okay, great. Well, I guess we can look forward to hearing more about that in March.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure.